We're gonna have to get gas after we're done, which means I'll probably go into the grocery store. There's a few things I need, but I was hoping not to get it until like Wednesday. Which I discovered, I thought her appointment was in the morning on Thursday. It's actually in the afternoon, so we're gonna get a late start on Thursday, so we'll be lucky if we make it to where we want to get to on Thursday, but it should be okay. It'll just depend. The only thing I'm concerned about is the fact that at that exact time the weather is supposed to be crappy in Utah. But we'll see. But speaking of weather, I was not tracking it was even supposed to have any weather today, like snow or anything, and here it is snowing right now. Like, I thought it was supposed to be sunny skies, and it's out here snowing. What are you looking at, lady? Oh, she's glaring at the lady on the, some lady, random lady, and she's trying to walk her dog or whatever, and this lady, this old bag in this car was like just giving her the evil eye. It's like, what did she do to you? Hello, Andre. 15K up and down a hill? Nice. We are just gonna do the 4-mile loop around the mountain over here because Mount Helena still has too much snow. So the lower trails would be tough to do. Mount Ascension doesn't have any good non-vert trails. 10 Mile is probably busy. Although we could just drive by 10 Mile just to see. Nah, we'll go out to the loop. It is currently snowing, and I don't know why, because I was not tracking. We were supposed to get any weather for a couple days. What is today? Today's the 26th. Yeah, tomorrow is when we had a chance. I was not tracking a chance today, but whatever. What? Railroad fair? Is that like model railroads? That'd be cool. Should we go there, Nahri? I wonder if dogs are allowed. Quite a lot of spring. Can't see through the trees anymore. Yeah, our leaves, like on some of the trees, started budding leaves. In fact, some of the trees, which would be why my allergies are going crazy, are starting to bloom. But then the last few days we've had cold temperatures and snow and all this, and so a lot of the leaves are wilting. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna happen. Are the leaves gonna actually last, or, because that's typical. We'll get like a false spring, the trees will start to leaf out, and then we get a deep freeze and all the leaves die, and then it takes an extra month for the leaves to come back again after that. To get over into my lane. It's like, dude, there's nobody behind me. You could just get behind me, but nope, he's gonna floor it to get in front of me, which he just did. And chances are, because he needed to get over so fast, now he's gonna turn right, which is gonna impede my progress. And it's like, why do people, like, if you know you're gonna be turning right up here, why be a dick to get in front of somebody to make them have to damn near come to a stop when you could just get behind them and you're not impeding anybody? because there's literally nobody behind me. But that is what's wrong with our society as a whole. Nobody has any consideration for others anymore. And I'm going to hit all the lights, so it doesn't matter that this guy got in front of me anyways. All the lights are slowing me down more than anything. That's an old school Forester too. Oh, can I turn the heat down, sweet girl? Because I'm roasting with my puffy coat on. Oh, people are doing you see a lot. You can recognize it a lot in the U.S. anyways. Mostly, like, I see it more in Montana just the way it goes down, but parents that have shared custody of kids, and so they stop at these usually coffee shops, like where this guy's going, and so the kid was with the one parent over the weekend, and so now they're giving them back, you know, type of thing. I say that because I just saw it, like, right here. I think we're gonna go to 10 Mile. We're just gonna see what it's like. If it's not too busy, we're just gonna go there, because I can't even see the scratch gravels right now. which tells me, because it's not like coming down really hard, the snow, but that tells me that the storm is all the way up there too. So we'll drive by 10 Mile, see if it's busy, which will suck because it's only gonna be a couple miles. But I don't need any distance. It's just she needs to be able to run around. Yeah, you need to be able to run around. It's only like half a mile out of my way to go this direction versus the other direction. It is crazy being able to see out of my windshield now without like 20,000 cracks and huge spider webs and stuff on it. It almost feels like I don't have a windshield. Between that and then having my new tires where I'm not teeth rattling, vibrating down the road because my tires are so worn and cupped. It's crazy. It's like a brand new vehicle almost. I mean, I'm leaking oil like a sieve, and my transmission's about ready to go out, but other than that, it's like driving a brand new vehicle. I need to talk to we have a really, really good transmission shop in town, and I should just talk to them and be like, hey, I know it's not worthwhile to rebuild my transmission, but if I put can I put a 2023 in, because the 2023s they corrected all the issues. That's why it's not worthwhile rebuilding my transmission, because it has mechanical flaws, and that's why I'm having issues now. And actually, my transmission has lasted longer than most people's do in this year range because of the mechanical flaw. It's pretty busy, so we're just going to continue on. Surprisingly, I'm actually surprised on a Sunday morning at this time that there is this many people out here. There's a lot of people out here with the way the weather is too. Like, let alone if it was nice out, this many people on a Sunday mid-morning, but the weather's crappy and there's still this many people on here, so we'll just continue on. Because we'll be out here tonight anyways after we get done lifting. Today's leg day, although I should take a day off. That's what I should do, but no, I can't take a day off because I am not going to get a full week anyways. After Wednesday night, I won't be hitting the gym for a good 2 weeks. So we got to get what we can in, huh? Yeah, I got to do what we can. Yeah, I know. She thinks we're going out to the fort now, out to the military base here. Gosh dang, there's a lot of people out here. Holy cow. This is crazy. Even out here on the back 40 where most people don't make it out this far, there's like 12 people out here. The gate guard just saw me drive by. They're like, oh, he's not coming in here today? What the heck? About a glacier blocking a route, but I can't read it. Blocks route somewhere. Everest? Glacier blocks Everest? No idea. I don't know what's going on. I just gotta thank you for licking my watch. That is exactly what I needed. My weather app just like gives me notifications every now and then about like news stuff, which I don't like. I could turn off, but then if I get like, say there's an emergency alert or something that I need to know about, then it blocks those off too, but I don't like to do that. Yeah, it's coming down pretty hard out here too. I was gonna do a little bit of vert, talking about doing hills, Andre. I was gonna do a little bit of vert today, even though I'm not supposed to, because a friend wanted to go, but then I don't know, they had a tantrum or whatever. I don't know what their deal is. I told them last night what time we were going to be out here doing stuff. And then this morning they just sent me a message and they were like, oh, we just woke up. And this is like, I don't know, hour and a half before I told them we were going, which was actually an hour ago. No vert for you, yeah. Hey, stop. Gosh dang, you're going to make us wreck. What the fuck is your deal? There's no any traffic. What's your deal? But they sent me a message, saying, oh, I woke up late. And so I just sent a message back, okay, like, how does that affect us? Because they didn't say like, oh, like ask, can we just like move the time back a little bit or any of that? I'm like, so what are you telling me here? You woke up late, okay. Are you still going to show up on time? I have no idea. So I just sent a message back just saying, well, how does that affect us? Is that they sent a message back saying, well, I guess I'm uninvited then. It's like, what? How do you get from what I asked to that? And then because, like, I was ready to go at 9, but then because she was still, like, under her blankie, had zero interest of doing anything. So they asked what time we were going, and I was like, well, we're gonna go at 10 now. And then like half hour after that I get a message, we're not gonna go now. Okay. Like, whatever, you do you. What do you want me to be sad about it? We're doing our thing no matter what. Like, was it too much vert? 1,800 feet or so? That's not too bad. Now, for a lot of people, that would be a lot. Because it's like the other day I saw, you know, I've always talked about how there's not really a lot to do in Helena itself. And like, you know, if you were to ask anybody, oh, I'm coming to visit Helena, what should I do? The answer is always going to be, oh, you got to climb Mount Helena, which isn't even the best mountain around here, but it's like the easiest to access. And so that's what people do. Well, I saw like a video, like, I don't know if it was an Instagram reel or a TikTok or somebody, and it was somebody visiting Helena, and they're like, oh, I was told exactly like I said, I was told we have to do Mount Helena. He went and bought all this gear, this crappy, since the last time we were up here. Model or anything. This is bouncy. It's worse up here than it was in Helena, but guns are about half that, so nothing special. Yeah, I mean, this loop we're doing right now is a flat loop, and we're going to end up with almost 600 feet of vert. So it's like my flat stuff is, I'm still getting like 600 feet of vert. Aha! Yeah, I gotcha. Gosh dang, I got like a cuticle thing going on in this one finger, and it keeps bugging me. I can't get rid of it. Tried clipping it as short as I could with some fingernail clippers, but it's still just got this. I don't know what's going on. Okay, are you ready? This is not going to be fun, I don't think. We'll see. We might not make the whole loop because I can see that there's a little bit of a breeze too. It's 29 degrees up here, so this will be interesting. The wind doesn't feel too bad. I think we'll be okay. Once we get over, there'll be zero wind, so on the backside, we'll be good. Good. Oh, I don't have a vest or a battery. Well, this sucks. And I don't have enough charge either. Okay, well, it is what it is. I guess we're just going to go as far as we can before the stream dies on us, since my vest, because we walked yesterday to and from the windshield place, or I should say from and to the windshield place. That's locked on there? Yeah, it is. There we go. Everything is inside the condo, and I forgot to grab it. Oh well. Can't do anything about it now. So we'll just go until the battery dies on us. Which, like I said, we may not make it all the way around anyways. Especially now that I don't have my vest, the wind is going to sneak underneath the bottom of my coat, which I think I got a strap I could tighten. Yeah, I do actually. But I can't do it with my gloves on. So we might just make it up here and then decide to come back on the high road or something, or Maybe we'll take the high road and come back on the lower road. I don't know. Because I only have 60% battery on the camera. Nahri, come on! Hey, let's go! What's she doing back there? Nahri! Come on! Where is she at? Nahri, come on! What the hell are you doing over there? Tells me somebody probably pooped right on the side of the fucking trail or something. Usually she's ahead. Sweet girl. Sweet girl. And then maybe we'll take the middle trail. I don't know. That's what we're gonna do. We'll figure out something. I don't want to get too high because stay out of the wind. But also that affects my network connectivity too. Oh, why do I got hiccups all of a sudden? It's like I freaking burped, and now I got hiccups. I guess I shouldn't have burped. Then you get 10 feet above me and that wind is howling. It's like the tops of these trees are just, you can hear the wind just blowing through and it's like rocking the tops of the trees back and forth. We get snow throughout April, so that's not like a big deal, but it's kind of crazy. Like this constant, this late in the month. Pretty much it's just been a storm for the last week. Now granted, it's actually, we had a storm come through, then a cold front move in. But this is the residual effect. So there's a trough, but there's no low. Like the low is like, as far as the circulating low, this done moved through. It's up in like Mana, is staying to the south of us. Like your best chance of snow with this next system is like down by Big Sky. Like if you look at the 8-day forecast for snow totals, there was 0 snow for here, but it's like 18 inches of snow down. Chance that the snowpack will be good enough that nobody can attempt my FKT. Hold on to that thing as long as I can. Although I would kind of like to beat the time myself to lower it. So I think I can lower it by a good 45 minutes. I wish I had my mittens because my hands are already getting cold. It's going this way, the snow's to my back. But when we turn around, if we do the full loop, well, even if we don't do the full loop, once we come back this direction, it's gonna suck. I don't think we're gonna do the loop. It's getting stronger. Holy cow. It's up even more and it is cold. My butt's frozen. That'd be why my hands are cold too. It's from the wind. If I had my mittens on, see, that's the problem with me is if my hands get cold, all of me is cold. And so my hands are cold, so now I'm feeling more cold. I could be completely, like I could have a frickin' be wrapped in like a minus 40 degree below, like sleeping bag or whatever. And if my hands are cold, I'm cold. Looks like the sun is trying to poke through though. I wouldn't think this would last very long, but I'm looking around us right now and it ain't going nowhere. I think I'm gonna, my dog's pooping again. She pooped earlier when we were walking to the van. Weirdo. Wasn't much of a poop though. I think I'm gonna just get rid of TikTok. Ever since they changed everything in US, made a US company buy the portion of it. It's not TikTok anymore. Algorithms are completely different, all that kind of stuff. So it's not as enjoyable for me. I mean, there's still, like, I follow some people that, like some ultra runners, just regular people, not like elites. And I enjoy their content, but eventually I see it on Instagram Reels anyways. But the difference is on Instagram or on TikTok, like especially this morning, I was kind of scrolling through while I was drinking my coffee because I saw one of my friends on TikTok posted a video, so I went and watched her video. But it's like 90% of my videos I watch on TikTok now, or that show up on my FYP, are stuff that I would never be interested in, for one. And then also it's like people that, you know, they'll come on and it's like they're rage baiting almost. And it's like they'll say something, but then they don't like they make a video and talk about something like we should all know the context of what they're talking about. And then it's like, so then you go to the comments and it's like everybody in the comments is like, can we make it illegal for people to post videos and not talk about context? Like, and so it's like, whatever. And so it almost like rages me, because it's like, what the, like, say whatever the fuck you're trying to talk about. Like why are you being so cryptic to where nobody knows what you're talking about? But then you think about it and it's like, I guarantee you a lot of people do this on, well, there's two different types of people. It's like 50-50. 50% of the people just assume that everybody knows what they're talking about when they don't. You know, and most of it is like political, either on the right or the left. You know, my algorithm, because I'm not like a certain party affiliation, they're very independent, you know. And you can look at that on my follow. It's like some people are very left, some people are very right, and a mixture of in between, you know, on their political political views. But it's like they are so jaded by whatever their political affiliation is that they assume that their opinion is the correct opinion, and then when they watch something, or maybe not the correct opinion, the only opinion, because I mean, I would argue that your opinion is your opinion, that it's not correct or incorrect. The facts are probably correct or incorrect, but you can form your opinion. I won't agree with your opinion, but that doesn't mean my opinion is right either. But anyways, it gets so jaded that they just assume that, their opinion is what everybody thinks, and so you should know what they're talking about. And so I'm just like, whatever, I can't, I don't even enjoy scrolling through TikTok anymore. It has been probably a year since I've ever had the video pop up with the girl being like, hey, you're scrolling too much or whatever. The thing used to pop up all the time. I haven't had that forever. So that tells you how much I spend on there anymore. And like I said, most of the stuff is funny because one of my friends is never on TikTok. And they send me an Instagram reel, and it's like, yeah, I saw that like 9 months ago on TikTok. Because it takes that long for things to, go from one platform to the other. So I know eventually I'm going to see it on Instagram reels. The only thing that I do enjoy that I see every now and then on TikTok is the people that it's funny, they'll make a video of, vines that everybody's forgotten or whatever, popular vines from back in the day. And it's like, no, nobody's forgotten them. You're just trying to do a throwback because, it's gonna, clickbait type of thing. It's like, no, nobody's forgotten them. Well, I mean, it might be more appropriate if that's the demographic you're searching for, is vines that the younger generation never knew about, because that would be accurate. Gosh dang, this dirt is just wet enough from the snow because it's hovering right around the freezing point, so it's not frozen, it's damp, and this mud is so nasty that it's just building up and sticking to my shoes. And it's just in this section on the trail that it gets that way. Like if it's wet, I will not come this way because it is just slick and so muddy. Like you'll take 3 steps and you'll be 4 inches taller on this stuff. Because right now it's just damp enough that it's just the top, like, 1/8 of an inch or whatever of dirt, but I have a good 1/2 inch build up on the bottom of my shoes, and it keeps falling off about every 5 or 6 steps. Let's see if I can show you guys. Flicking it. There's the mud coming flicking off the bottom of my shoe. So I say all that saying that I think I'm just gonna get rid of TikTok. Like, when I look at, so I went, like when I first, like TikTok just came out and I started doing videos. And I was doing my own thing. I wasn't doing like trending stuff or anything like that. Which, I mean, really, the first person that starts the trending stuff was just doing their own thing too. And then it just popped up as a trend. My stuff's never popped up as trend, but I went viral a couple times with some earlier videos featuring my other dog, my last Vizsla that I had. And so I gained, a pretty good amount of followers, like pretty quick for the type of stuff I do, because it's mostly running. And compare that to a lot of other people that do running content, and I look at how many followers they have, and I'm like, wow, I actually pretty good. I have more followers than most people. It's not a lot. Like, it's less than 2,000, but you know, I look at a lot of people that are way more popular than me. like one of my friends, I look at, and then my algorithm's all messed up anyways. Like, I post a video anymore, and I'm lucky if I get like 50 views, where I used to get you know, 10,000 views on all my videos, and I don't know, I got shadow banned somehow. Oh, there's some, what is that? Antelope? Looks like some antelope on the side of the hill up here. Hopefully my dog doesn't chase them. But you know, I look at like some people that, like, I have, like, you just look at like my Instagram, and I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram. What do I have, like 300 maybe? Probably less than that. Less than 300 people that follow me on Instagram. It is antelope. I don't think I've ever seen antelope up here before. Look at that. Huh. I've seen it over on the other side. This is many followers on TikTok as you do, but you have 10 times as many followers on Instagram. You would think it would be the same, like back and forth, but anyways, I think I'm just gonna get rid of TikTok. It's not the same, any of that. It's like any of the videos I put on Instagram anyways, same. Like, I don't do anything original on TikTok. It's all what it is. Oh, that's a male. Already grown some pretty good size antlers. My dog has zero clue that he's standing there looking at her either, because he's staring right at us right here. There he goes. You can see him running off. She had zero clue. Wow, that's a pretty good set of horns for this early in the year. Or do they shed? Maybe they don't shed. I actually don't know. They probably don't shed over here. They probably just grow bigger. There's a pronghorn antelope, what we call prairie goats out here. And that's why I said it's unusual to see them here, because it is not very prairie-like right here. My dog had zero awareness that there were to be a hunting dog. And my last Vizsla had like just phenomenal natural instincts. And I trained her a little bit, and I took her out a few times hunting. Her problem was she did not like loud noises at all. And so you'd shoot one time, and then she would freak out and be useless the rest of the day. There's no continuing to hunt. She was really good about finding birds though, pointing birds out. Whether it was grouse or pheasant or pigeons, she didn't care. Hummingbirds, all birds she would point at. Squirrels, didn't matter, she would point at everything. This little butthead though, she could care less about loud noises, but she has zero natural instincts. Yeah, she'll be running through the grass and kick up a grouse, and it'll scare the crap out of her. She's like, "Whoa, where the hell did you come from?" It's like, you're supposed to notice that. It's kind of funny because I can almost see blue sky kind of in front of us, coming through the. See if you guys, yeah, you can see guys can make it out too. Yet that is not the direction of the storm. This is where the storm is coming from. It is just crappy. I don't know, it might be breaking up a little bit. That wind is still no joke though. I mean, the snow is not as bad as it was. And now it's more the tiny icy snowflakes versus fluffy snowflakes that it was when we first got here. Which is typical when it gets super kind of windy like this. I think we'll go continue the loop, and I'm just gonna have to end the stream about halfway around because I don't have any battery. It's my glove. It's like the wind. She's on the other trail if we're gonna turn, which is what we were gonna do anyways. But it's like, how about you wait? How about you wait for me to get to the intersection before you decide what direction we're going? Because I have to walk this way until I get to where you're standing right now. Freaking weirdo. So my dashboard decided to go away. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Can't even see if I'm live right now because my dashboard decided to just disappear. It's just random. I wonder if a snowflake hit my screen or something just right that it made it think like my finger touched it. It's just a rolly flat now all the way around the mountain until we get to the other side, exact opposite of where we're at right now, because this mountain right here runs on a ridge, and so there'll be like another little saddle or pass, I guess you could say, over the top of the ridge on the opposite side, and then once we get to there it'll be all downhill back to the end. You know, we're talking, Andre, about not much vert, and we're already at 300, so it makes sense. And then this will be just rolly. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's not like you're doing any climbing really, but it just adds up. You see, now we're out of the wind, so the snow is just falling straight down on us. Hear a train down there below us. It doesn't sound like they're moving very fast. It almost sounds like it's just stopped idling. Like it's just, it stopped on the tracks just idling, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. It's stopped, comma, idling. Oh, my dog's right here. I figured she'd be way down the trail. Oh, see, now we're in the sky. We're kind of where that sunny spot was, and it's hardly snowing here. And it got all of a sudden a bunch brighter. This would be good for my dog. But it's good for me too, but woke up this morning and I had just the littlest amount of pain in my foot. And I was like, what is that about? Because I haven't had any pain for a long time and I haven't done anything like that would cause it. But for whatever reason, I think it was probably the shoes I was wearing yesterday. was just putting pressure on my heel and my bottom of my foot in such a way that it was pulling on that tendon probably. Or not pulling on it, I guess. Just like, because I don't have plantar fasciitis, but I have to treat it kind of like I do. The way I'm gonna heal is what you would do for, well, not always, I guess. Not all of it, but a lot of what you would do for plantar fasciitis. And so, like, really good arch support will help alleviate symptoms of plantar fasciitis. And I think the shoes I was wearing yesterday didn't have very good arch support, which is normally what I like because I don't have high arches. And if I do get, like, wear shoes that have too much arch support, then that actually hurts my foot and gives me, you know, kind of, not really plantar fasciitis, but definitely hurts my foot, because that's not going to give you plantar fasciitis. Usually what gives you plantar fasciitis is when you have collapsed arches and flat feet, that kind of stuff. So you want arch support. But somebody like me who was born with not flat feet, but definitely not high arches, we'll put it that way, we usually don't have much problems with plantar fasciitis. The worst people that, most of the people that have it are people that have high arches, and then they wear shoes that don't have enough support, and then that puts a lot of pressure on their plantar tendon, plantar fascia tendon, and then they overpronate, and then that's what causes it. I have never overpronated in my life, even with the way my arches are being pretty much non-existent. I mean, if I had flat feet, I wouldn't have been able to join the army, because they don't allow people with flat feet. So I definitely don't have flat feet. People with flat feet, though, will also suffer from plantar fasciitis in a different way, though. Like they get plantar fasciitis for the same reasons, but the root cause is different. Let's put it that way, if that makes any sense. So if you're in the middle ground, you have the best chance. I mean, really, if you have high arches and you make sure that you have good arch support, then you're good. You're never going to have an issue. Now you might have other issues, shin splints and stuff like that, knee problems, you know. But hopefully my dog's up here. See, now that we're out of the wind, I'm actually too warm. I'm actually warm. I think about taking my gloves off and my hat off. Probably take my hat off before my gloves. We're gonna go another. We'll see how far I get. I'm gonna go down to 5% battery before I call it. But we're dropping pretty fast. We're down to 30% already, so I gotta remember to put my running vest and stuff back in the van. Now originally, like yesterday, I was gonna put it back in the van, but because my plan was when we walked back to go pick up the van, I was gonna be wearing my vest. But when we went to go pick up the van, it was like, oh, we're only going like, less than 2 miles. I don't need to carry anything because I'll have her on the waist leash. So I don't have to wear my vest or anything like that. Don't need anything extra. I'm not streaming, so I don't need the battery. So I just left it hanging up on the back of my door. And then last night I saw the vest. I was like, oh, I gotta remember to take that. And I was gonna take it when I went to the gym and put it in the van. But then I was like, wait a minute, tomorrow's Sunday. We will do our normal like Sunday Runday, Funday recovery run on the streets, because that's what we normally do. But then because one of my friends was like, oh, let's go do some vert or whatever, and then I was like, oh, so we're not gonna do that. So then this morning I had my heart set on coming up here to do something, and that would be why I don't have my running vest. Because my original thought was to change it up and do more of a touristy route this morning. Walk down to our big state capitol building and some of that area. Like walk down to the Capitol building, come back, go by the old governor's mansion, walk by this bed and breakfast. It has like my favorite tree in the whole city. Like, this tree is so awesome. It's ginormous. It's probably a 200-year-old tree, big old elm or something. I don't think it's not an oak. I just don't know if it's like an elm or it's not a maple. It has to be an elm tree. I guess it could be. It's not a cottonwood either. I don't know. Who knows? But chances are it's probably an elm. But it has like scars and all this stuff, and it's just like, it has so much character to it. My favorite tree there. And then from there, it's like a 3-block down to the cathedral. And then you get to go down next to the cathedral, and then that road brings you into the downtown, and then you come back on the main street. It's like a really cool little tourist route. But then one of my friends wanted to come out on the trails, and then I got my heart set on going to the trails. So like the thought I had yesterday of what I was going to do today didn't even cross my mind, because now I was hyper focused on coming out on some trails, which I'm not gonna lie, is much nicer anyways. Like, she doesn't have to be on a leash, and who doesn't like wandering around on trails? I was gonna say wandering around on like through the trees and stuff, but that route we took would be tons of trees anyways. Speaking of trees, I watched a video the other day. There's a guy that does like the geolocation guest stuff all the time, And he was talking about, you know, certain things you can do to kind of narrow down where you're at and all this. And he was talking about Europe versus US. He's like, see, they like clicked on something in Europe somewhere. And he talked about how you can always tell because there's so many trees. And he goes, in the US, they don't have a lot of trees. And he clicked on like some just random city in the US. And there's just as many trees as where he was showing in your trees everywhere. I mean, even some of the bigger cities too, like you can't even say you own your house or whatever and you have some trees in there. You can't even remove those trees unless you get permission, because all the trees are protected in a city like that. That's part of their laws. I don't know if it was DC or like, I lived over in Arlington, so it's probably more Arlington, Virginia, but it's like all the trees are numbered and everything. They have like a number plaque on them because they're kept track of. Whether it's like you planted that tree yourself or not. Or if it existed there before you built your house or bought your place or whatever. It's a big deal. It's like being in Arizona with the saguaros. If you buy a plot of land and you want to build your house and there's saguaros all over, you got to pay for a company that's certified to come out there and move those saguaros and then replant them somewhere else in your yard. Like, you can't just, I mean, you could sell them to somebody too to plant in their yard, but it's got to be a company that's certified to do it. Just because they're so protected and so fragile that just a normal person trying to move a saguaro is going to die. Because the saguaro roots they extend out from a plant, 30, 40 feet, and they're really shallow. And so you pretty much just dig up the entire roots as they go out. Like, it takes a long time because you don't want to cut through the root either. It's like being an archaeologist. You're slowly uncovering this root. It goes out like a snowflake, basically. Mexico has that too for a lot of their cactuses, especially out on the Baja Peninsula. There are certain cactuses there or cactus-like trees, that if you want to build a house and you have those there, you have to either replant them somewhere on your yard. Well, you have to replant it. If you get the permission to move them, you have to replant them somewhere on your yard. Like, you can't just take and move them somewhere else. That's why there's still a lot of vacant land out there that is undeveloped, because especially if it's like a plot of land that is just plumb full of whatever that cactus is, like, you can't do anything. Like, there's no way to move it anywhere because you don't have any room to put it anywhere. And so then you can't build a house. Although I think technically, I bet you could somehow get a permit approved. Like, what would happen if you... No, I don't think that would work. I was going to say put it up on stilts or something so the house was above everything, but whatever that cactus is, it's like the pipe organ cactus in the U.S. It looks almost exact same, but it is a different species, and they call it something different in Mexico. But they're so tall that there's no way you could have a house above it. It's gonna be funny. I hear a dog barking. Now I know that's the house that is down here by the trailhead. But it would be funny if we saw that one guy that we normally see out here, who we saw the other night too. We came out here at night, which is very unusual. We've never, like, we don't come out here that much at night. But then even that other night, we were out here and there was that guy, and he's like, "Oh, we meet again." It's like, yeah, a totally different time of day though. Like, we usually see him in the mornings, at least in the weekdays. So we don't usually come here on the weekends. But, yeah, so that was kind of crazy. Complete random other time of the day, and we run into the same guy. Like every day we've been running into that guy that week, last week. Well, not every day, but I mean, every time we came out here. No matter the time of day, we always ran into him. And he's up here going through the trees, the little saplings, the baby trees, the new growth. Quite a bit of snow in there too. Kind of crazy. I guess it makes sense because they did get a little bit of snow, but it like melted so quick. But in there it'd be protected from the sun, so, and a little bit colder, so it makes sense that there's still snow there. I think that sun gonna come out. It's damn near out behind the clouds. Yet it's still getting pelted in the face by little ice crystal snowflakes. And we're down to 20%. Today to go through, and should probably do that today. Make sure all my stuff is charged for next week. I mean, my van batteries are up to 100%. After this last week, I turned my fridge off because there was nothing in it, and that way also it would, like, my freezer needed to defrost anyway, so I can get in there and clean it up and just do a nice cleaning on that fridge, because the other side is kind of dirty anyways, just from different food stuff and whatever. But so not having that on, like, because that's my biggest drain on the battery. My Starlink has been on pretty much continuous, as well as the Wi-Fi bridge, but this doesn't draw that much. Like, between the Wi-Fi bridge and the Starlink, I'm pulling maybe 4 amps. But when the refrigerator kicks on, it draws about 7 or 8, I want to say, maybe 10. Granted, it doesn't run all the time, but it was running enough. Like, I couldn't get ahead even in sunny skies. I wasn't getting ahead on charging my batteries, but as soon as I turn that thing off, even though it hasn't even been sunny skies really, just what little bit we have had, is I am at full on 100%. Like, I haven't been this full, my batteries haven't been this full for 7 months probably. So I usually, even when they say 100%, I know my meter isn't 100% because I can see the voltage. And it would be like 13.1 volts, saying that it's 100%, and then I would use like not even 10% of, you know, it'd be like at 91%, and now it's at 12.8 volts, and I'm like, yeah, it was not at 100%, because I shouldn't even drop below 13 until I get down into the 70%. And so I checked my meter yesterday, and I was at 100%, 13.4 volts. that is about accurate. So, you know, probably around, you know, right around that 80%. So like 79, somewhere around there is when I usually drop below 13. Now you never can use 100%. So when I am at 100%, once my voltage gets down to about 50%, then I'm really low. My voltage is going to be at about 12.1 volts, like right around there. And I can go down to about 11.4 volts is when my alarm goes off. And then because I have lithium batteries, you get below like you'll get down to like 11.2 volts, and then all of a sudden all my batteries read 0 volts, and then they can't charge, so I have to jump them. Like you just give them like a shock to the system, and then they'll charge at like 10.2 volts or whatever, you know, like whatever they're actually at. Whew. And that's the weird thing about lithium batteries is, like, you know, your old lead cell batteries, you get down to a certain voltage, and even if you had a cell go out, you'd still be reading like, you know, 8 volts or something like that, and you could charge them. Lithium batteries don't work that way. Well, we got 10% battery left, and we're in the section that, or getting into the section where I start losing network connectivity, so I might just have to call it, because I don't know if I'll be back in good connectivity by the time I get down to 0 battery. But we'll keep going a little bit longer. But I wish I would have remembered my external battery. I need to just keep one in the van, which I know really not a big issue because I always have my camera gear in there. And I have like 6 external batteries. But all my camera gear is in my entire studio pretty much, other than my monitor, is in the condo. Mostly because I don't like to have my van, you know, because I park in a parking lot in downtown, and even though I've never had any issues, and I don't know of anybody having any issues there, I don't want to take the chance of somebody breaking in to my van. And if I leave all my studio equipment comes probably about 60-70 grand worth of stuff. So whenever I'm in Helena, I always offload the entire van into the condo. Plus, then it allows me to charge everything and test new processes and ways of doing things as well when I come up with great ideas. So, I mean, it works out that way. Don't really have a place to store it though. Like right now, it's just sitting in my living room. Which what I need to do is, because I have a storage unit I have to pay for every year, I just start storing stuff in there, and then I can write it off as a business expense. But it's not environmentally controlled and all that kind of stuff, so I don't really want to leave that stuff out there. This little bit of uphill here is kind of kicking my ass. It's deceptive how much uphill we have right here. Gee, my gimbal's almost dead too. Everything's dying on me. You know, old people, although slow and dangerous behind the wheel, can still serve a purpose. Don't you go dying on me now. That's what I always think of when all my equipment starts dying. Don't you go dying on me now. How was your day? I got robbed by this sweet old lady and I didn't even see it coming. Feels good to be out here though. This last, I don't know, mile is gonna suck though, because I guess it's less than a mile whenever we get over here to the ridge, because the wind is gonna be nuts. And it's pretty much stopped snowing now. Nice little break in the clouds. Well, break in the storm, I guess. The clouds are still, they're a lot thinner. They're kind of broken up, but they're still overcast. I mean, you can see right straight in front of us, where before it was just one big snowy blur. Now you can actually see the edge of the clouds and all that. The northern, which might be a good thing for when we're walking back, because I'm worried about getting pelted in the eyeballs on the way back. Oh, it just hit 10%. So I'll just keep going, and then I'll just have an abrupt end, because that's when it, if I have to do an emergency, and that's all it'll let you do. This is our last little climb right here. Nahri's gonna try and convince me to climb the mountain, since it's gotten nicer out now. It's not coming down as snowy as it was when we first got here. Watching my dashboard, and I have no idea, since I have crappy but it's like all the timing. If you guys are just showing up 20 minutes ago, Okay, I should get network back here really quick now, because now we're back up on top, and I was correct. We just got to the top of the ridge here, and it just switched to 5%. So stream will end here any time once we get up here, since I forgot to bring an external battery. We're gonna ride it out. So be prepared for when my stream just dies randomly, which sucks, because then that means when I get home I have to go into YouTube Studio and end my stream, because it's gonna, otherwise it'll say I'm live all day, yet I'm not live. Like there's nothing, it's not outputting anything, but it pops up as saying I'm live, and I'm not. Oh. I got the hiccups again. And my nose is running. Not that anybody would want to hear that anyways. But but it's the same in the opposite direction too. So if I did have a tissue and I tried to blow my nose, I wouldn't be able to get anything out either because there's just not enough airflow. It's a condition when somebody just has to hold the tissue in their hand and just dab the tip of their nose every now and then. Well, we almost made it all the way back. I mean, I got at least half a mile still. More than half a mile. What do we got? Yeah, we got about 2/3 of a mile to go before we're back. But, oh, just let the body weight carry me down that. It's a little bit steep. And we're almost to our, I said it'd be about 600 feet of vert on this flat loop, and I'm at 540. So it's a little bit overzealous, I guess, of how much vert it would be. But pretty darn good amount of vert for a flat loop, that's for sure. Probably an old mine up there. And I've gotten up that, and then there's like a man-made, like kind of off trail that goes to the main peak, but there's nothing that goes off this direction. But I mean, you could do it. Just not like the brush is that thick or anything. You could just wander up there. I mean, you could just go straight up from here. It'd be steep, but you could do it. Still nobody else out here. That is weird. Like, I don't think I've ever been out here where I haven't seen anybody. Like, whether that's actually somebody on the trail or a vehicle parked. Like, there's zero anything. And especially once we were like behind us about a half a mile when we're close to that other trailhead, we usually run into somebody that's parked over there too. There's zero people out here. That's what I was talking about, how the scratch gravels are unique, because you go like 5 miles that way to the next mountain range over, which is the Rockies proper, like the Continental Divide. It is just caked in snow, like well lower, like lower elevation than we're at right now, just caked in snow. Mount Helena is the same way, which is like 7 miles away. Like the city of Helena was just, you know, we got probably 3 or 4 inches of snow. And then you come out here and like the top of that mountain, which you can see has 0 snow on it, or even that one over there is almost the same height as Mount Helena, and there's 0 snow. It's just this little pocket. Because then you go, you know, it's 5 or 6 miles that way to the North Hills, and it's caked in snow. It's just this little pocket of mountains right here. Hardly ever get any snow. And my phone is gonna die at some point here really quick. So maybe I'll just sign off really fast. So thanks everybody. I'm gonna sign off because my phone's gonna die.